Do we go there?
You get to set a house on fire.
We could still do that?
Yeah.
But it doesn't actually happen?
It doesn't actually happen.
We recently made a short film in under 48 hours for Agbo's No Sleep Film Festival. Unfortunately for us, we only had about 36 hours to pull this off as I needed to be airborne to France by Sunday. What you're about to see is our entire creative process from the moment we received the prompt on Friday at 8 p.m. to its many iterations and bringing it to completion just in time for takeoff. Well, sort of. The classic Russo fashion. We got our pizza with us, and we're about to dive all the way in. So, do you want to read the prompt again?
In this challenge, participants are required to create a short film that explores and manipulates the concept of time, whether it's sped up, slowed down, time travel, loops, or various timelines. Make us rethink our understanding of time within storytelling. What it deals with time? Aging, running from something. Time could make it feel like it's forever.
War, birth, death, catastrophe.
Time heist.
There's a lot of different things that can affect how the passage of time works.
You ever see the movie Timeline with Paul Walker? Great movie. We can't possibly go back in time. This can't be a period piece.
Time is running out.
Yeah, they have to have limited time. So people have to finish. They have to watch because they want to see them get to the finish line.
It doesn't have to be long. Time can mean immediate. It's a split-second decision of time.
We just have an old grizzly man just sitting there giving his wisdoms on time.
Anything horror, like that's where my mind was, like because I think that'd be fun, and I think they'd appreciate us going there.
I like the idea of something chasing or being behind. It's always very eerie.
It progresses, right? Like it's very distant, and then it gets closer and closer, more frequent, and the girl starts to notice, and then it becomes this race against time. And she's running for her life, and then the next thing you know, the house is on fire.
But how do we make time something that, like, by the time it's done, it brings something more to the table?
Ran out of time.
Yeah, and she just died.
Don't know if she died. The house is on fire.
Timeless.
We could just do a mushroom trip. I mean, think about it. If you're on mushrooms, you could go somewhere for you think it's like a long time and it's 10 seconds. You just show the clock that says 6:42, and then you go on this adventure and you come back and it's 6:42.
I would prefer to not do mushrooms.
No, we're not doing mushrooms. I think I have like baby Bella mushrooms
Right.
that
Yeah, you
could
can
look
try it
like
out.
it, and then we just start tripping.
No, the three of us do the mushroom trip.
Yeah.
Each one of us have our own intricate, crazy scene where you go out and you're like out in the woods, like running from something horrific, like it's running and trying to like.
Dude, I got on the grass like rolling around.
We end up on the other side of the woods. We're in the river,
But none of
and we're
it's
like
actually
running
happening.
up the river, and like gunshots are going up. We're all like freaking out, and then we clothes are ripped up.
Grenade!
We're fucking up, and the house is on fire.
Do we go there?
You get to set a house on fire.
We could still do that?
Yeah.
But it doesn't actually happen?
It doesn't actually happen.
Time never happened.
Yeah.
Like our brains are pretending things happened, but it never happened.
Dude,
and we're
it's
sitting
clever.
there just watching the house burn down, going, "Oh my god!" The whole 3 minutes is just 3 terrifying trips, but it ends up it's only 1 minute, and then that's the end of the movie.
I've always wanted to recreate the beginning of Back to the Future where it starts. It's like, what do you call it? A Rube Goldberg where it's going through a bunch of different things and there's
Yeah,
sounds.
just showing the clock and the
So
cat,
exactly. We
tail in the
start
end.
with
Yeah, I
maybe
remember that.
time, like the actual time. Say it's 6 o'clock. The burner goes on, maybe a tea kettle or something. And that sets up why the house burns later.
And then it says 6:42 with the clock, and the last person puts one in their mouth, and the camera zooms out, and it's the 3 of us just sitting on the couch. The next scene is it's a panic. The next 2.5 minutes are total chaos. Every insane thing we can come up with.
Okay.
Running through the woods with the camera shaking, water splashing everywhere, like people ducking gunfire, like just the most insane things.
Oh, can we do
think of.
Snorri Cam? Let's make up a Snorri Cam. You
if-
remember Extraction 2?
Yeah.
When he gets hit and he comes up and it's like with him.
So we have like a hellacious 2.5 minutes of just
So
chaos.
I think
We could do this.
Well, that's one idea. We can even see if we can get a backup, get a couple of things to storyboard.
I could see it as being somewhat juvenile when it's done, unless the only stipulation is that the ridiculousness of it is extremely high,
Yeah, it's got to be extremely high.
like really absurd.
Explosions.
If we shot that tonight, then it would be done. If
We
we
could film that right now. Yeah.
and it would be something we know we're building to, really whatever movie it is.
Let's see if we can get something else.
Time travel, time loops.
Time lapse. It is a lot to think about.
All right, we've got our camera, we've got our shots. We're about to engage in 48 hours of Agbo.
Ratchet. Not. Hooray. Lizard. Cheers.
Cheers, boys!
To make the fire effect, we added firelight to each room, exterior walls, and our subjects. All we knew at this stage was that this was a grand finale to a mushroom trip shared amongst 3 friends. We gave each character a moment to shine in their very own close-up, not knowing what was ahead.
Very good.
After a few hours of sleep, we collectively emerged with trepidation about our psychedelic ideas from the night before. We lost one team member to their child-carrying duties and scratched our heads for a while with less than 24 hours remaining. After buckets of caffeine, a story would emerge that combined all of our ideas. An escape room. We pulled visuals from Shot Deck and built a narrative structure within Milanote to get everyone on the same page and go to work. Now, the rules of this escape room were vague, but we didn't want to waste any time. The guy gets a call, he needs to escape or he will burn. And in the end, it's revealed that his only escape was to burn the place down himself. It wasn't until we had shot this all day that Evan suggested our character is actually a schizophrenic, which was the missing piece, leaving the short film with a lot of questions as to what's real and what isn't. I'll leave that up to your interpretation. I rushed home and packed my bags and edited the short film on the road to the airport and then boarded the plane and paid $30 for Wi-Fi only for it not to work while flying over the Atlantic Ocean. Go figure. Luckily, the satellite gods were in our favor and we had just enough of a pocket of Wi-Fi to get a low-res version of the film online to submit just in the nick of time. The film is now available on our YouTube channel. Go check it out. Take care.